Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Truth Rising Show. This is the Spaceman 2.0, and I'm going to help you grow in the knowledge of the truth. And this may be one of the more spiritual books, a little bit different to get through, but if you don't have an understanding of our spiritual teachers and our higher brothers and sisters from outer regions, then it's going to be hard to get over this Armageddon thing that the Middle East is going through right now, and what's happening with these psychopaths in office who have dual citizenship and only care for themselves and nothing about any other nation but their own. So with that being said, From Here to Armageddon is a great one to understand. So these are 10-minute segments. I'm sorry that part one was kind of the third or fourth chapter, and then part two is kind of the first chapter, and I'm going to probably do part three is going to be the second chapter. But after that, I'll get into organization and be flowing through. But any information in this journal doesn't necessarily have to be in the perfect order for you to understand it, because there's so many topics that are important to know. And with that being said, let me help you understand where our higher brothers sisters may come from, because there's a treaty on Antarctica that doesn't allow anyone to explore it or go beyond it in any way. There's anyone that tries to bring fuel beyond the 60-degree parallel is shot down by military forces. The only place on the planet that every government has treaties to not let any civilian explore it. And why is that? Because maybe we'll find something that they don't want us to find. Like Admiral Byrd told us, there's another sun, and there's woolly mammoths and tall people that have spiritual knowledge, and there's more coal than you can power the entire planet for more than 100 years. They don't want us using coal in our first world countries, but any third world country has more coal plants going up more than any place on the planet right now. And like China and Russia, they have coal. They know it's clean. It's just all BS. The Rockefeller Foundation doesn't want you to have your own power. That's why they killed Tesla in 1917. Besides the Bolshevik Revolution killing 60 million Christians, blood running in the streets in Kiev, there was blood running up to knees in these ditches and stuff. But besides that, they didn't want you to have extra power by Tesla and free power through the air. From Tesla knew how to put power from tower to tower, and now you're charging your phone on a little base. It doesn't even need to connect. That's Tesla technology, over 100 years old. Military has it first, and then we're given to it. So with that being said, let me just show you a little aspect of where our higher brothers and sisters can come from, because in order to stop these Armageddon wars, we need to ask our higher brothers and sisters for help to stop these missile silos from taking off, and any sort of lunatics trying to press a nuclear bomb. And where do you think these nuclear missile tests have been disarmed? It was far more higher brothers and sisters sitting above us. They can come in and out of our third dimension at will, and there's more ships up above us watching the play unfold and seeing what we're going to do about it. So with that being said, let me just give you a heads up of where they could be coming from. Okay, so this is supposed to be the map of the world, but this map of the world is only set up for trade, okay? Trade, because if you draw an X from the top down and from the top down, where do you get? X marks the spot where they're having war, because that's the international trade route. It's Khazarian barbarian takeover. That's the only reason why they want the Middle East, is for their trade routes and controlling every living being on the planet from there through scapegoated religion. The real maps are as they are in the Meteorological Society, United Nations map. They both lay out, and all the other three or four, they lay out the map exactly like this. They say it's laid out in the whatever mode to be like flat. But look at the size of Australia compared to Canada. This is exactly as it is. That's why it takes 2 weeks to go across Australia. So the outer ice ring is over here. That's the north. South is everywhere else. Okay, there's only concentration and decentration, compression and expression or expansion forces in the universe. So if they don't allow us to go outside the ice wall, what can be outside there? But maybe other land masses with other suns and moons, and then even further out, more land masses and that on another ice wall. They don't want us to explore the truth, because the truth shall set you free, of where our higher brothers and sisters come from, and that we need to ask, because you live on an infinite plane, like Tesla said. So that infinite plane goes infinitely out. Okay, the stars above you to make you perceive that it's an abundant, infinite universe, but you're living in a hologram made by God with a lot of lights all around, so you perceive it to be, but it's all frequency, energy, and vibration, so that you can be living in a spiritual place, having a physical experience, and going through lessons to defeat the evil one, okay? Defeat evil on the planet, to overcome evil, to discern the truth. Discernment is the number one lesson we need to learn on this planet, okay? And if you can see, even the trade routes, they have to come through here. And all the plane flies north and then back south. That's why it goes through Senegal and then over to here to Santiago, Chile from St. Johannesburg or whatever. It has to go through Senegal. It doesn't make sense on a globe to go north and then south. You would just come across here, which would be a lot closer, but it doesn't happen like that. So with that being said, flight paths actually prove that we live on an infinite plane and not a spinning globe. Let me get back to From Here to Armageddon, and hopefully we can ask our higher brothers and sisters from out beyond the ice wall for help to stop the Armageddon happening by these psychopaths in office. So what are the Phoenix Journals in a nutshell? So God sends his hosts, messengers, to present the truth. This is the way in which he chooses to present it through the Phoenix Journals. Thus, these journals are truth, which cannot be copyrighted. They are compilations of information already available on Earth, researched and compiled by others. Okay? So this is for this time in the timeline when we would come to the point where these evil elites would have an ability to control us all. So we have to have help from above and getting the truth out to everyone so that we can be set free. So you can see it's nicely laid out. You can get a copy of this book if you want. I have brand new copies for you if you want to get a hold of me through my EC4LW at proton.me, sorry. EC4, the number 4LW at proton.me. The information will be in the description below. So we'll start reading from here, chapter 2. I'm just going to go over who is Ashtar and a little bit about that very quickly, and we'll call it a day for this episode. Sorry to be so long in the introduction, but it may help you understand that you're living in more than just a small place or a speck of dust whirling around in the universe. So starting chapter 2, who is Ashtar? Okay, instead of going into the introduction, thank you for your welcome. Dharma, Ashtar, present, the service of one of the radiants, one with the radiant one. Okay, now who is Ashtar? I suppose great volumes of stuff has been written about Ashtar, the entity I will endeavor to identify myself, that flourishes are not added by cherished ones. I have been called a Christian commander from Venus, a supreme director in charge of all the spiritual program for your planet that I believe came from your own beloved Gabriel. I am honored, and I believe it would be more suitable to state that I am a dominant commander from the etheric realms. Here I always confront trouble, for your words do not actually can define my position. I shall attempt at simple explanation. I have been found around for a very, very long time under the sponsorship, I suppose is a good enough word, of Lord Michael and the great Central Sun government of this your galaxy. I suppose I rank overall second command. I am not a discarnate energy spirit. I am an etheric being. I have never taken human embodiment upon planet Earth. Many have inferred such. It is not true. And I have been far too involved with affairs of the universe to prattle around in human form on Earth. I serve at a very high involvement as a member of the council scattered throughout this universal sector, serving in an advisory capacity at strategic levels of intergalactic affairs. I share responsibility with Izu, Emmanuel, Jesus, Sananda for the airborne divisions of the Brotherhood of Light. When I mention numbers of involved extraterrestrial persons involved in this Earth project attached to my command, I usually lose my audience, for you have no concept of the massive fleets of ships involved. I speak in multiple millions. I, like my other compatriots who command massive fleets, am labeled for definition by the great Central Sun hierarchy, Ashtar, for that is the planet of my original manifestation. It is near your solar system, Venus. The Christ teacher of this galaxy is my beloved commander-in-chief, and his word is my law. To him I have pledged my service. I am but a leader chosen by him to fulfill the program of light for Earth transition through the flight commands of the Great Brotherhood. Part of that mission is to return the Master to your planet and collect his brood, if you will. I commanded the ship which bore his soul energy to your place for his Earth experience some 2,000 years prior to present calendar. There is a great quantity of mystery, it appears, regarding my personal information. That mystery regarding my person is absolutely of no consequence to me, but it seems of interest of some to you. I am somewhat small of stature compared to Hatan, for I am only approximately 7 of your counting feet in height. A physician would consider me quite anemic on your plane. I am almost white in complexion. I am etheric, so I do not carry a dense form as do you of your density. I am human in conceptual form, pale of eyes, blue of the Michael ray. Unlike Hatan, I have hair upon my head, but in the etheric vision I probably might appear to have none. I do not know how to describe myself, and my brothers here are very great at sport at my expense, I have a few good attributes, however. I am considered to be compassionate, understanding. I am impatient, quick of movement, and totally passionate, unbending regarding the teachings and principles of our radiant one, Sananda, who is Jesus. I am probably considered severe only to the slighter, lesser degree than is Hatan. Unpleasant as this may be to you one, Sananda is more severe than either of us. He is total perfection, so there is no comparison to be made. But you follow the laws of the creation and the God law, or you get some severe knocks upon your ears. So with that being said, I'll be back with part 4 very soon. And thank you for listening. This is Spaceman 2.0 with the Phoenix Truth Rising show. And we are out.